It's my pleasure to have Siobhan here today, being interviewed after Banff World Media Festival 2011. So
Yeah.
Siobhan, we first met in 2007. You want to
Yeah.
introduce yourself a bit and talk a little bit about the two productions company you have?
Yes. Hi there. My name is Siobhan McCarthy. I have a company called Blissful Productions that specializes in edgy scripted work. And then I have a producing partner of the name of Kate Green, and together we formed a company this year called Brown Eyed Girls Productions.
So Brown Eyed Girls would be focusing less on edgy and going on to the family stuff. Is that how you're dividing the
I wouldn't
two?
necessarily family, no.
No,
We,
still not.
well,
No.
we have families,
Uh,
but yeah, Kate and I are drawn to scripted. We have a very similar sense of humor, which is great. So we're working on a feature film right now. It's a filmmaker, Celia McBride from the Yukon, and her film is called Last Stop for Miles. And we aim to be shooting in the fall, so up in the Yukon. So it's pretty exciting. We're just waiting on a Canada Council grant right now.
Oh,
and
okay.
then that will kind of inform us on how much to be asking for telefilm.
Right. So you have with that film, you've already got the script written and
Yeah,
everything, right?
Celia
It's
is
ready.
an amazing filmmaker. She gives us drafts as soon as we request them, and sometimes before we request them. She's a really spectacular, hardworking woman, and we feel really privileged to be working with her.
Right, right. So how complex is the film itself? Like, is it a comedy or what kind of film is
No, it's a drama.
it?
It's an edgy drama. It's about a woman who's kind of coming to terms with a traumatic experience that's happened in her life, and she tends to live on the road. She lives on the road. She's constantly running from her problems, and then she finds herself back in her hometown in the Yukon, and is forced to confront this traumatic experience that happened in her life.
How many characters are there in the film, and how many number of pages of script you guys are going to work from?
It's feature length, so aiming in a perfect world for theatrical, but on the low budget independent side. And there are two characters that would be the quote unquote leads, but we really want to look at it as an ensemble cast. So there are about 7 strong players in total.
Right, right. So that's cool. So that's a feature length drama, and you've got some TV shows that you're pitching at Banff too. Can you tell us a bit about them, Siobhan?
I've been working with a writer of the name of Adam Thomas for a good year now. I went to Banff last year pitching the concept. It's an edgy comedy called Dads. It was written in the vein of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's a half-hour comedy. And last year I had a lot of interest in the project, and it's made us decide to put in a lot of the sweat equity. And so we spent a good year working on the scripts, putting the package together, attracting talent, getting talent attached, obviously pending network approval. And so we went to Banff this year with the project and had a lot of great interest and traction, and so that's basically been my job in the last few days, is following up with everybody.
Right, that's cool. So can you talk a little bit about the creative process for that show? Like how many writers you guys have, and how do you guys work?
Originally, there were 2 writers on the project, and I would meet them on a regular basis, and we would throw around ideas and basically try and shape the project as a series. And then Adam would go back to the keyboard and get his fingers onto the keys and would do his magic. And then we were really prepared this year for Banff. My producing partner Kate Green and I produced a staged reading of this series so that we can kind of get people on board and get people to champion it. And
so by stage reading, you actually recorded and actually showed it to the network executive.
We didn't show the network any of the recorded components, but it was really good for us to hear the script off the page.
Oh, okay, I see.
To chat with different actors that were very interested in being a part of the project, that we would like to work with, that would like to work with us. And then Peter DeLuise is interested to be our director pending network approval as well. So it was an opportunity to get everybody in the room, as well as supporters from BC Film and Swish United, which is an amazing multi-platform company that helps with the digital side. And my agent was there. There were some really great people in the room. We had a couple of broadcasters there as well. So just to kind of get ready for Banff and to make sure that we were on the right page, so that if they had any important know if we're able to implement them before going to Banff.
Right, that's cool. So yeah, I mean, we wish you guys the best of luck on that show. And there's some information about those shows, like this one and the other shows, on your website too, right?
There is, and I mean we keep it fairly brief because obviously we're in development, and
Right.
They're both. Especially Dad's is very high concept, so we kind of have to be careful about it.
Yeah.
Letting out enough information, but not too much.
Right. Understand. Yeah, you don't want the competitor to beat you. Right. Exactly. No. Those are no good. All right.
But it's really timely. For the first time, I think in a very long time, the notion of co-parenting and dads being at home is a reality. It's not just this kind of airy-fairy comedic experience like one experienced in Mr. Mama, for example, with Mr. Keaton many years ago. It's a reality in the marketplace. There are more dads at home than ever before, and taking a strong invested interest in the rearing of their children. So
right.
We found it to be really funny because they're not bad dads; they're trying.
They're trying. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, we even see stories like that in the news, right? Being reported.
Very much so. And all of the cast that we've been working with are all fairly new dads, except for one. So
okay, right. So
his character is supposed to be the single guy.
Right. So they have a bit of experience in
definitely,
that
and that's why I think they're so invested in their project, is because they can really relate to the subject matter. They're living it daily.
Right. Okay, great. So thanks a lot, Siobhan, for chatting with me today. And if you have updates and whatnot on your shows and whatnot, please let me know, and it'll be my pleasure to.
I'll let you know something really quickly, Captain, before we sign off. Is when I first met you, I was pitching a project about my clown called The Bliss Show. Yeah. And I don't pitch it as much anymore, but this year I had a lot of interest in it for some reason.
Oh, in Clown?
The show? I wanted to know about it. And,
right.
So we've been looking at it as a docu-soap series, or perhaps an off documentary called Behind the Red Nose.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. I shelved the project, and now all of a sudden there's interest. A few years ago when we met each other, I was pitching it, and it seemed I was ahead of the curve, and broadcasters weren't necessarily ready for it, and now,
Right. So what do you see the change in that? Like, was it because they weren't willing to accept that kind of edginess, or is it just the time that the show needs to be fermented? And
I think there's been a component of the actual subject matter switching a little bit. As we talked about earlier, I'm a mom now, and my baby daddy is also a clown, so there's more of an experience of what is it like to be a clown, what's it like to be a clown family.
Right.
He's actually third generation clown. His granddad's a clown.
So, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's more of the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you got to training your boy, right? Your little 3 years old boy into the clowning business. No.
We always joke that if all goes well, he'll be an accountant or a lawyer or something.
Right. The super boring.
Because he'll tell people, "Mommy and Daddy are clowns," and then people say, "Be respectful," and we say, "No, we're clowns."
Yeah, I love that expression on your face just now. So thanks a lot, Siobhan, and good luck on all the TV shows and the film projects. So keep me posted, and it will be my pleasure to update people on those shows and films.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Captain. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.